Good afternoon, I'm Jess De Los Santos. This is One News Now. Fighting continues in Ukraine after Russia launched a full-scale invasion on Thursday. Ukrainians are now fleeing the country after what's considered the biggest European attack by one country since World War II. Some sought refuge beyond the border in Poland, while others went to Romania. In Russia, police have detained at least 1,600 people for staging anti-war protests across 53 Russian cities. Several celebrities and journalists voiced out their dissent as well after President Vladimir Putin launched the attack. Protesters filled the streets despite warnings from the Russian Investigative Committee of Criminal Action and jail time. And the European Union will impose new sanctions on Russia after its, quote, barbaric attack on Ukraine. The EU says Russia will have its assets frozen and its access to the European financial market suspended. This is on top of the first round of sanctions issued last Wednesday, which includes the blacklisting of Russian politicians.
We condemn this barbaric attack and the cynical arguments to justify it. It is President Putin who is bringing war back to Europe. And in these dark hours, the European Union and its people stand by Ukraine and its people. The target is not only Ukraine. The target is the stability in Europe and the whole of the international peace order. And we will hold President Putin accountable for that.
Journalist Marina Chankova shares details on how she fled Kyiv after waking up to bombings and sirens as Russia invades Ukraine. Let's watch her journey in this Bloomberg video.
In 20 minutes, we took all our stuff and began our trip to Lviv. This morning, I woke up at 5 o'clock because I heard the sound of the bombs. First of all, I didn't understand what was happening, and I saw that my WhatsApp chat and Facebook scroll was just like firing, and everyone was writing just like, did you hear that? Did you hear that? And in this moment I understood that it was really bombs, and not only in my district, in the other districts of Kyiv too. So I was with my mom, and in 20 minutes we took all our stuff and began our trip to Lviv. My mom is driving now. So the Lviv is the western part of Ukraine. We hope that we will be safe there. I saw a lot of people were driving the cars, the full cars with the babies, little babies with the cats, dogs, and full of stuff. Of course, there were great traffic jams outside the Kyiv, and the awful situation on the petrol stations. Everyone wants to buy some petrol and maybe some water. As usually, it's taking like 5 hours to reach to Lviv, but now we are moving more than 8 hours and we still on the road. I also have one stop on the petrol station, and everyone are frightened really, but everyone helping each other. If someone needs some water or some help with the baby, everyone helping each other. During my road, a lot of friends from Kyiv called me. They asked to help me with the apartment in Lviv or in the western part of Ukraine. So I was just like calling, helping, finding some flats. Of course, my house is also open for them, and some of them are moving to me already. We saw a lot of Ukrainian militaries on our road to Lviv, and it was very, very interesting feeling because we saw our army. We was a little bit frightened, you know, but all people were saying hello to them and showing their respect. We believe and we hope that they will protect and save us.
Tensions in Ukraine could have a spillover effect, leading to higher prices of gasoline and other commodities here in the Philippines. Shaila Francisco has the report.
Alfredo, who only earns minimum wage, couldn't help but complain about the rising prices of goods. Half of his salary is already spent on gasoline.
Gumawa sana ng paraan ng Duterte administration natin para sa amin mahihirap. Diba? Kasi kami lang ang nakakaramdam ng hirap eh. Yung may mga kaya at saka mayaman, hindi naman nila nararamdaman yan eh. Kami lang ang lalong nababaod.
However, Alfredo's situation could worsen as gasoline prices are expected to increase amid the Ukraine-Russia conflict. Brent crude oil surged above $100 per barrel after Russian military forces attacked Ukraine. Before reaching this level, gasoline prices are averaging 68 pesos a liter. If oil prices soar to $120 per barrel, analysts fear that pump prices could increase by at least 9 pesos. This is expected as Russia is among the world's largest supplier of oil. Philippines may be affected as the country sources its supply from China, South Korea, and Japan, who are all getting from Russia.
Wala pang impact talaga sa supply yung pangyayari sa Russia. But definitely sa price. Kasi yung mga tao, yung mga speculation, sentiments, kasi alam mo naman ang oil commodity to, tinitrade to. Nagkikik ang prices.
This could translate to higher prices in commodities due to higher production and transport costs. Prices of fertilizer could also increase, as well as wheat, which is used to make flour for bread. Russia is also among the biggest supplier of these goods.
Many fear that a prolonged conflict involving Russia will exacerbate ongoing shortages in various commodities. Kahit na yung pagkain na inaangkat natin, merong magkakaroon ng implication yan.
Economists fear that this could dampen economic growth as higher prices could mean lower consumption, which may result in losses for the private sector.
May kambal na pahirap na yun nga, hirap kang kumita and at the same time you're faced with higher prices. Yun yung yung risk diyan. Especially in a time na na ganito, matamlay ang ating demand, hindi pa ganun ka sigla.
The Trade Department is now studying the impact of the rising tensions between Russia and Ukraine since both parties are trading partners of the country. Shaila Francisco, VR1 News.
In other news, the Senate will continue its investigation on the disappearance of 31 cockfight bettors in Laguna and Batangas. Mayan Los Baños is reporting from Pasig to give us an update. Mayan, has the Senate gotten any lead so far?
Good afternoon, Jester. The Senate still wants to dig deeper into this issue, and so another hearing has been scheduled for next week, Friday. Senator Bato de la Rosa, chairman of the Senate Committee on Public Orders, said there's still a lot of information needed in order to solve the case on these missing cockfighters. De la Rosa said gambling businessman Atong Ang will be invited in the next hearing. Ang owns 3 of the cockpit arenas where the cockfight players were last seen. A video was shown where Ang warned some e-sabong master agents who are involved in the cloning of the website where the bets are placed. Senator Bato says everyone involved in the e-sabong business can be treated as suspects in the case. However, as of now, there is no clear link between Ang and the missing sabongeros. The guards on duty during the days when these players went missing will also be invited. Managers of the cockpit arenas in Santa Cruz, Laguna, and Lipa, Batangas will be summoned. Meanwhile, De La Rosa advised the PNP leadership to make sure that no rogue cops are involved in this e-sabong issue. Jester, Senator De La Rosa will also talk to President Duterte about the possibility of suspending the license of e-sabong operators just until the case of the missing sabongeros or cockfighters is resolved. Jester?
All right, thank you for those updates. Mayan Los Baños reporting live from Pasig. Now here's a quick look at today's other top stories. The government is preparing to release 2.5 billion pesos for fuel subsidy of PUV drivers. This is to help cover their expenses amid the spike in petroleum prices. The Development Budget Coordination Committee says the assistance will be distributed as vouchers to some 377,000 beneficiaries. The Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines is urging Filipinos to be mindful of their right to vote as the country commemorates the 36th anniversary of the EDSA People Power Revolution. The CBCP also warned the public against historical revisionism and the presence of troll farms. And President Duterte, for his part, encourages Filipinos to honor those who fought to uphold democracy during the People Power Revolution. He also urged Filipinos to honor those who continue to keep this legacy alive. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News Live anytime, anywhere. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Jess De Los Santos. We are One News.